YouTube, it's MOTOMATTman. How you doing? Okay, today is a beautiful July the 5th. It's the day after Independence Day. Wanted to take a ride yesterday, and Mrs. MOTOMATTman and I had plans where the girls were going to be over at her parents' farm, and we were going to do a dual vlog. We were going to do that after lunch. And we went over to her parents' farm and hung out with her family and whatnot, her parents and her brother and sister and nephews and whatnot. And then we were going to go take the bikes out and do a dual vlog. Unfortunately, I got stung and I'm allergic. So I started feeling sick and, you know, a little bit of discomfort with breathing and whatnot, so that took that away for the day. But anyway, I'm out today, and like I said, it's the day after Independence Day. Or I saw something really funny on, it was either Instagram or Facebook yesterday. Somebody posted it was a picture of the Union Jack, and it said Happy Treason Day or something to that effect, referring to the Revolutionary War being an act of treason against the crown, which of course it was. But I thought that was a funny way of looking at it. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, with all of the things going on in the country and around the world today, and quite frankly, people getting butthurt over every little thing that somebody says, I thought it was a great mix of humor. It got a good laugh out of it. But anyway, today's little adventure is heading to the auto parts store to get brake pads for our Jeep Grand Cherokee. In the process of putting it back on the road. It hadn't been on the road for about a year or so, and it had an issue where they had these stupid tin caps on the lug nuts to make them look like chrome lug nuts, and a lot of manufacturers did that. And what would happen is water would get in behind the tin caps, and especially in the winter time around here, that water that would get in behind there would freeze. Well, when it froze, it would cause those tin caps to swell and break apart, and they'd come off. Well, the lug nut that would be left was an in-between size of sockets, not SAE or metric. And the other thing that would happen is they would rust like crazy, and that's what happened. We couldn't get the lug nut off. I replaced 19 of the 20 lug nuts on the Jeep, and the really bad thing is the wheel that the lug nut was rusted on that tire had a leak. But anyway, I aired up the tire and took it over to my father-in-law's farm, and he heated it up with a torch and got it off for me. So I replaced that lug nut, but the brakes are horrible right now. The rotors are all boogered up from rust, from sitting and everything, and the pads are crap. So I'm on my way to go get, I really wasn't my turn. Anyway, I'm going to get new pads. I have new rotors at the house, and I don't know why I have the rotors and not pads. I don't know why, and I also don't know why I didn't replace them. And I'm looking up the part number. It says it's for our Jeep. So I don't know what the deal was there. I don't know why they never got replaced. My little GoPro thing is still on there. Yep. So I'm going to go get brake pads so I can try to get that accomplished today. I'm hoping that it's not that I ran into some kind of issue like getting the caliper off or the caliper bracket off or something like that, and that maybe I pad slapped the Jeep and didn't replace the rotors. I don't know. Or did I get them for all four and I replaced the rear and never got around to replacing the front? I just don't know, because like I said, the tags have been expired for a year, so I have no clue what the deal was. So I'm going to go get the pads, and hopefully I can get that fixed, and hopefully that puts it back on the road. It's got some other little minor issues. It's got a cracked windshield. The AC's not working real well. But we're gonna steadily chip away at it and get it back on the road in good condition. So like I said, little by little, chipping away. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. I saw on Instagram a bunch of people got out on their bikes for rides, and even saw some videos on YouTube that have already popped up where people took a ride and already got their stuff edited and uploaded. And if you're one of them, congratulations on getting that done so quickly. But you know, I hope that those of you here in the U.S. had a good, happy 4th, able to spend time with family and friends. I know it's kind of a goofy Independence Day with, you know, fireworks being canceled in a lot of places, and unfortunately I saw crazy numbers with new cases of COVID in places like Florida. So unfortunately it looks like things are shutting back down a little bit. That's happening here in Ohio. In Cleveland, masks are mandatory whenever you're out in public, and the understanding that I have is that's even when you're outside. The Columbus area, the numbers have gone up. We've started a new color-coded thing like a lot of states had done before, you know, where you have yellow, orange, red, and purple being the worst. But I noticed that you know, the Dayton area has started requiring masks. I don't think they're required when you're outdoors, but they're required inside businesses, stores, and so forth. Columbus is in the red, which it's a big softball tournament for my daughter's team every year is going to Columbus for the All Sanctions World Series. That's beginning of August. And kind of concerned if that's going to go on. I mean, because we're talking about, you know, they're talking about not having groups of 10 or more again, and that's a nice Cherokee. That tournament, you're looking at hundreds of teams in each age division. So you're definitely going to have more than 10 in a group. But anyway, it's also a very toasty day today. It's in the upper 80s. Well, last time I checked it may be in the low to mid 90s at this point. And the humidity for here is up. It's in the low 70s, which is high for this area. It's not, if you're on the East Coast or in East Texas, you're gonna laugh at humidity in the 70% range and being high humidity, but that is for here. But anyway, riding here through Chardon, heading down the hill to Advanced Auto Parts. Hopefully they've got my pads. If not, there's AutoZone and O'Reilly Auto Parts here in Chardon as well. Still haven't uploaded my videos of my adventures trying to get my Taurus back on the road, which is back on the road. I have to do that and edit those at some point. Okay, Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, everybody, I'll catch up with you guys when I come back out. Okay, everybody, that was, in a way, a colossal waste of time. Not their fault. It appears that Jeep is really great about their brakes. And here's what I mean about that. There are two different types of calipers that could be on the damn Jeep. Okay, on the Grand Cherokee. So in other words, I have the year, make, model, engine size, all of that good crap that you normally need to get brake pads, which I don't know why engine size would make a difference for your brake pads, but I guess maybe if you get the bigger engine, they put bigger brakes on it. I don't know. But anyway, got all that information. The problem is Jeep used two different types of brake calipers on their Jeep Grand Cherokees and the regular Cherokees and some of the other like YJ, TJs and whatnot. So I have to go back home and I have to pull the wheel and I've got to pull the crap apart and get one of the brake pads so I can take the daggone brake pad back to Advanced Auto Parts so we can figure out which stupid pads go on the daggone thing. Now, the one thing that was good news about it was the fact that even though the brake calipers and the brake pads can be different, the rotors are the same thing. And the rotors that I have are the correct rotors. This, I imagine, is probably what the issue was before. And probably what it was I was getting ready to do just regular general maintenance and decided that I was going to do the brakes on the Jeep. Probably the last time I did the brakes on my Ram. And I bought the rotors and the pads for the Ram and bought the rotors for the Jeep, not knowing which kind of pads were on it. And I went home and I did the brake work on the Ram and didn't get to the Jeep that day and then forgot all about it. You know, one of those things, put it off, until the point where I forgot what the issue was and why I didn't have any daggum brake pads at home, even though I had rotors. Because it made no sense to me that I would have bought pads and rotors and I would still have the rotors in the box, never been open, but I didn't have any pads. I mean, because to most people, they might look at the garage and it's not my garage and it's not super duper organized, but it is. I mean, I know where everything is. I've got all of my spark plugs for the bikes, extra spark plugs for bikes and tractor, the tractors and stuff, put in one spot, all of the parts for the for the motorcycles, things that have been removed and swapped out, you know, aftermarket parts put on and so forth. All of the factory parts, when I took them off, they're all in separate tubs based on what vehicle it is. Like my Harley stuff, you know, for my Sportster, the stuff that I took off is in one tub. The stuff that Mrs. motomattman took off of her Sportster is in another tub. The dirt bike stuff for all 3 dirt bikes is all in a tub. And then my Honda and Yamaha stuff are in a separate tub together. The Honda and the Yamaha, the Maxim and the VFR. All that stuff is together in one tub. So everything is pretty organized in the garage, and I just didn't have couldn't find any brake pads, and I didn't remember seeing any. And we went through and redid the garage earlier this year, the one side with the bike stuff and the car stuff. We went through all that earlier because I put up cabinets and further organized things. So I didn't see any brake pads at that time either. So I'm assuming that's what the problem was, that I didn't know which ones they were. So I'm going to go home and park the bike, and I'm going to put on shorts and then move the Jeep, get the front end of the Jeep in the garage so I can jack it up and take one side apart so I can get the brake pads out. I'm probably going to just leave the shorts on and take the car, since I've got to put the bike in the garage. I don't want to just leave it sitting outside because the damn seat will be hot as hell. And I've probably got other things, which kind of sucks because I have my cute handy dandy little tank bag thing. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Once I get around this curve, I'll look down at it again. There's this cute little handy dandy little bitty tank bag. But anyway, blink, 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 blink. Take the bike home and tear apart the Jeep, and then run back down to Advanced Auto Parts and get my parts. And I'll let you guys know how it turned out. You know, maybe I'll take another ride on the bike after that. I'll let you know. But anyway, at least I think maybe the mystery is solved why I didn't have brake pads. I know I rambled about stupid mundane thing, but anyway, it's the little things in life that make you happy. Little things in life that irritate the hell out of you too, like the fact that Jeep put 2 different brake calipers on their stupid Jeeps. Hope to God they use the same thing on both sides. Maybe I better check that as well, because that would really suck. You know, oh hey, we screwed up and we're short one brake caliper. Ah, well, we got this other one over here, we'll just slap that on the other side. Nobody will notice. By the time they figure it out, the warranty will be out anyway. That would really suck. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I've had goofy shit like that in the past when I had my Fiat Spiders, and you'd be tracing a wire, trying to fix a wiring problem, and the wire would change colors 3 times from the front of the car to the back of the car. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna cut it off for now. Again, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. It's Sunday, the 5th of July, the day after Independence Day or Treason Day, depending on if you're in the US or in the UK. And if y'all in the UK haven't really caught on to the National Treason Day, maybe you should. It'll give you another holiday in the middle of the summer. You can celebrate the day of the American people committing treason. Get you another holiday, because let me tell you something, it doesn't always pop up on the weekend. Sometimes it pops up on a weekday. So you could have a random Wednesday off in the middle of July. But anyway, hope everybody enjoyed this and my stupid rambling and a new test of a new camera angle. Hopefully I get good footage and you get to see it. If not, you'll have limited viewing of the new angle. But anyway, again, I hope everybody has a great day, had a great holiday. And if you're able to get out on tour, remember, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. If you like what you see, click the like and subscribe button. Punch that bell. That way you get notifications whenever I upload any new content. As always, have a great day. The hell is my brake? Wow. There it is. Wasn't feeling like my rear brake was working. I'm getting so tired of dealing with brakes.